Welcome to the JavaScript for Pentesters course at Pentester Academy. Now in this video, we will look at XML HTTP request and JSON parsing. So for some of you who've never heard about JSON, JSON is JavaScript object notation and very simply put is a text-based data exchange protocol used by applications on the web. Now it's text based, at the very same time human readable, and data can be arranged in a hierarchical way. Now on the web you would find a lot of Ajax based applications using JSON instead of XML, as JSON is much more lightweight and very easy to process within JavaScript. For more information on the type of variables and everything which you can use, visit the Wikipedia page given below. Now I'll give you an example of how JSON can look like. So here is an example where the response basically has a JSON based structure. One is 3 and after that you have num1, and if you notice inside that there are nested name value pairs. Now this is really, when I said JSON has hierarchical order, this is what I meant. So you have num1, the first vulnerability, version of software 1.41, description buffer overflow, software is dempass. Similarly you have num2 and num3, right? Now the actual structure, the hierarchy, the level of nesting all depends upon the application which is serving the JSON response, which in turn of course depends on the web application itself. So why is JSON parsing important to a pen tester? Now just like in the previous case for HTML parsing, when you find an XSS traverse through the application, a lot of modern web apps use APIs which may return JSON. Now this is where it is important that you can pass that JSON response and use it effectively within your XSS payloads. This is the reason why we are looking into JSON parsing. Now the best way to parse JSON is using json.parse, and let's jump right into an example. The link to this example is given below the video, or if you're watching this offline, it should be in the list of links in the file. Now if you notice, this specific application is vulnerable to XSS. The injection can happen using the URL parameter, and the objective say fetch the JSON response from this location and list all the vulnerabilities. So let's actually first go to this location, paste it in, let's see what's in there. So we see a JSON response, which is exactly what we saw on the slide. So this is something we need to parse, and we need to display the vulnerabilities within a div tag with ID result, right? And we can figure that out if you do view page source. Here is the div tag with ID result. Fantastic. So to save time, I've already scripted out the solution, which we will go through step by step in just a bit. Okay. So just like in a regular XHR, we first go ahead, initiate a request to the URL. This is the same URL where the JSON data is available. And in the handler, we use json.parse, and the input of which is request.response text. Note that JSON is returned as response text. Now in this object, now you can reference the values directly. So to give you an example, copy this out actually go and look at the data. So the very first one is 1, which is 3. Let's verify we can do that. So response object dot 1. Let me encode this, copy this out, go back in here, paste it, and there you go. If you notice, 1 has the value 3, which is now alerted. Now after this, let's say you want to go ahead and dump the second software name checker. So this would be num2.software. So we go back in here, num2.software, code it, copy it out, go back in there, paste, and there you go, right? So it's very simple, as you can clearly see, after using json.parse to actually work with the returned JSON value. Now I'm just going to go ahead and do a part of the solution. Now in this case, taking the response object num1.software and then num1.version and num1.description, concatenating it, and I'm going to display it in the div with id result. So encode this, copy this out, paste it, and there you go, right? Now I'll leave it to you as an exercise to display all of them, using a loop or with similar such statements. It's up to you. So hopefully this video was fun and educational, and this is how you can parse JSON in JavaScript. If you're enjoying these videos, then we would really appreciate if you can recommend Pentester Academy to your friends and colleagues in the InfoSec community. Thank you.